My name is Seema Pal. Today's topic is red teaming. First about myself. I'm a cybersecurity analyst and working in IT sector. And today's topic is the red teaming. So anybody heard about the red teaming? Can you say something about it?
Hello. So red teaming is basically a physical security experiment where you try to reach physical security of offices or corporate buildings, or it could be anything. It just has to be whatever stuff you do that is on web application. This is the same, but you're doing it physically. So there are some server rooms, office rooms, or even 82 buildings that can be restricted. So all this proper assessment you can run red teaming.
Anybody else? You will understand what is the red teaming. Okay. So the red teaming is a part of cybersecurity. Okay. You all heard about the VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. But the red teaming is also the part of the penetration, both of the VA and PT. Not a part, actually it is both part, VA or PT included in the red teaming or cybersecurity both of. Because of the red teaming, we perform the organization, we conduct the whole security of the organization, and the VA and PT is a part of that activity. So, one by one, we understand what is the red teaming and how we perform the red teaming activity. So, you all perform the VAPT on a particular of the website, mobile application or APIs or cloud security in different places. But we all perform the VA for the vulnerability assessment of the every applications for the APIs, mobile application and web and all things. Penetration testing you also do you all perform the automation testing or manual, both of the things. So in a red teaming activity, we conduct the whole of the our organization working not only for the one application and not only the mobile application. This is working on all of the networking, server or web application, all of the things. Okay. The organization have the different of the server. They all work on a network layer. So it's need to be the secure organization. So the red team is the type of the activity. So there we perform the whole of, there we give the security to our organization. So the purpose of the red team is this. We don't use only the testing for the particular application, but we do the testing to the whole of the organization, application or networking or server part. Okay, we include the security in the all of the part of the organization. So the role of the red team in cybersecurity. What is the role of the red team in cybersecurity? First thing, when we start with red teaming, we need some of the target. So what is the target? For example, I have one of the example for the Tata company. What is the target of the I need to perform the red teaming for the Tata office. Okay. So what is important for the red teaming? And what is how do we start the red teaming on that organization? So we need the target. So what is the So the target is like for example, the URL of the application is like tataai.com. So this is your target, and then you start to gather the information about the whole of the organization, which types of the application they are using in their organization, which types of the network, which types of the server, APIs, and which types of the cloud security they are using in their organization. So it's very important to understand how do we start the red teaming activity in the organization. So first start from the target. Basis of that target, we use a different methodology for the testing for the red teaming activity. Okay. So you all heard about the blue team also, the purple team also. So what is the difference between of the red team and blue team and purple team? These all things are different because of for the red team we use the the everyone cybersecurity have the two different parts. First is a offensive part and second one is a defensive part. So the offensive part, so red teaming also always use the offensive part for this, but with help of the defensive part, we can easily perform our red teaming activities. So for the red teaming, for the red teaming, we use the different types of attacker try to create the attack surface for the organization. So with the help of that, define the different types of the vulnerabilities. But why the blue teaming is important, and defensive part is also important in the red teaming, because the blue team basically the part of the defensive activity. Our soft team, you all have heard about the soft team. The soft team, what is the work of the soft team? The soft team's work is like the logging and monitoring, maintaining the what is the traffic between of the host to the server. Because every organization work on the internet, okay. Every organization use the application, website application, desktop application, and their holes the server also configured in the organization. So how the employees of the organization communication between the server or network. So this activity, this traffic, we can easily monitor by our monitoring tool like the QA radar tool, Sophos tool, Firewall. So these all are tools are maintained by the monitored by the SOC team. SOC team is responsible for the monitoring the all of the activity between of the user or employee to the server. So and the purple team is responsible for the both of the things like offensive or defensive. They offensive or defensive. That means offensive means the attacker try to inject the application, or defensive team, that means defensive team means they easily understand which malicious code are running on our communication between host to server, and with help of the tool, QA radar tool and so forth, they easily understand and monitor by logging and monitoring. They understand which types of the malicious are running on our network. Okay, so this is a part of the SOC part. Okay, so the purple team is both of the things for the attacking and defensive, both of the offensive and defensive, both of the activity for the purple team. So this is red teaming versus penetration testing. Why the both are the difference? Because of red teaming, in our red teaming we find the loopholes or weakness the whole of the organization. But in a penetration testing, we only find the vulnerability or weakness of the particular application, like mobile application, web application, REKs also, and cloud work. Only the find the vulnerability on the particular of the things. So this is included in our penetration testing. But the red teaming find the loopholes, vulnerability, and weak points for the whole of the organization, included server, network, APIs, web application, mobile, iOS, Android, whatever the things. So all of the vulnerability we can find by the red teaming. Okay. So this is the difference between of the red teaming and penetration testing. I hope you understand. Scope of red team engagement. So, for the red team activity, we need a support.
Hello. I mean, small doubt here. Okay, you told us that in the red teaming and the penetration testing, both of this activity, you do find some vulnerabilities or exploit some vulnerabilities. But as of I know, in the red teaming we abuse the services to get the access, and in the penetration testing we exploit that services with the previously known vulnerabilities. Correct me if I'm wrong.
In red teaming, we find the vulnerability with the help of the different tools. We use the different types of we found the different vulnerability of the organization. For example, we use the social engineering. So finding the some of the user data, user name, user ID, and some of the different types of the application, web application. So subdomains, IP addresses. So these all are things included in the red team. For the penetration testing, we only have the limitation testing. We only perform the limitation testing on the application. You only use for example, for the web application, you only use the OWASP standard for the penetration testing.
As of now, like in the what you told right now, okay, in this we do some social engineering attacks, okay. Also with that we deliver our payloads, okay, whatever it is, shells or beacons or beacons or whatever it is, okay. We deliver the payloads, and once the dropper will be executed that payload, then we try to get the access to the another activity. We set up our C2 servers over there, and accessing using those C2 servers, we exploit more things, okay, on the network. Is it true?
Depends on your activity, which types of the information you form.
Complete rating assessment.
Sorry?
Complete question, for the complete question.
Process, but depends which types of the information you form from your activities. For example, in your social engineering, if you found some of the subdomain of the...
No, I'm not saying about to find any of the information, okay? What I'm saying here is like we are dropping some of the malicious, what you can say, malwares or something, executables.
So actually, you first thing you understand, you need to understand where is the vulnerable areas of the organization. Okay. So there you put your malicious code in your organization, whatever area.
Okay, fine, thank you.
For the red team activity, for the red team activity, we need some of the methodologies. For example, here I mentioned already the reconnaissance, scanning, exploitation, post-exploitation, exfiltration, and reporting. For the reconnaissance, for the red team activity, the reconnaissance, we use the different types of the tools. For example, shoulder, subdistilled, and spider foot or harvester, and with the help of the different tools, we found the different types of the information, like IP address of the organization. For example, Flipkart. The Flipkart, you have only the URL of the Flipkart. Basis of that, you need to perform the red teaming. So how you can start the red teaming on the Flipkart? So first you will be using different types of the tool. For example, the Shodan and harvester, submister, whatever. So this tool, what this tool present giving to you, first start from the red teaming. We will start from the OSINT activity. In OSINT activity, we found the different types of the information about of the organization. Okay. For example, who is the user of the Flipkart, their contact details, email ID, subdomain of the Flipkart. You all do you know what is the subdomain? Subdomain, IP addresses, which types of the application are mobile applications of the Flipkart, Android application, iOS applications, APIs. So these all are the types of the information we can easily, not easily, actually the different types of the logic we can, tools, with help of the tools we can find these types of the information of the Flipkart. So with help of that information, attacker try to the different methodologies for finding the loopholes of the application. So this is only the information gathering part with help of the tools. So this part included in our reconnaissance activity. So the reconnaissance, in a reconnaissance part, we just only gather the information about of the particular of the organization. Okay. And second is a scanning part. In a scanning part, when we found of the subdomain of the application or IP addresses, so we need to just scan that part. We understand this is working or not, subdomain working or not, IP address is working or not. After confirmation of that IPs or subdomain, attacker try to perform the penetration part. This is included in the third part, exploitation part. If the some of the subdomain are working, they start to the help of the overstopping standard or sense 25. With help of that, they start to the perform of the penetration testing on the subdomain or IPs. For the IPs, they try to using of the nmap for the finding of the loop, the open ports of the network. Okay, and after that, for the subdomain, they start to perform the penetration testing with help of the tools like workflows, WebZap. With help of that, they also find that information which types of the subdomains are vulnerable and which types of the IPs ports are open. So with help of that, they try to find the difference of the information of the application. For example, some of the ports are open, so they try to RC types of the attacks and SQL injection types of the attack if the ports are open of the IPs. So after the reconnaissance in our reconnaissance part, they collect the whole information with help of the tool. And second things start with the exploitations. In the exploitation part, with the help of the domain, the subdomain or the IP address, they start with the penetration testing of that part. And after that, they collect the whole of the vulnerability, like some of the information and the open vulnerable parts of the subdomain or IPs. They start to the writing of the report. And also, if they found out some of the application of the Android application, we basically use a Flipkart application in our mobile. Also, we visit on our website. Okay, and also we use in our Android iOS application, Flipkart. So these all are different the product of the Flipkart, like the web application, mobile application is different, iOS is different, Android is different, and they also work on APIs. If some of the in our reconnaissance part, we found the API. So the attacker tried to inject that APIs first also. So this is also the information about of that organization. So this also included in this all information included in our red teaming activity. So if they found the Android application, the attacker or the tester start to the testing or penetration testing on the mobile application and iOS application also. So basis of that, they understand that application are vulnerable or not, mobile application, iOS application. So these all are black box testing type activities. Okay. But with help of only one target, they start that activities. So with help of only one target, they collect all of the information with help of the tool, and they start to the penetration testing on a subdomain, IPs, mobile application, Android application, iOS applications, and web applications. So these all are information like the mobile number, mail ID of the user, or the IP addresses, or like the subdomain and different things. So with the help of that, attacker tried to the social engineering attack on the user. So basically, if they found the email address or contact details, so they start with the performing phishing activity. So we know how the phishing activity work, because some of the malicious link attacker tried to generate some of the malicious link, and with help of that contact details or email ID, they try to send that phishing link to the user, whatever user information they want from the reconnaissance activity. So the social engineering activity we also perform in our red teaming activity. Network penetration, with help of the tool, whatever types of the IPs gathering by the attacker or tester. So they start to understand which types of the ports are open in our organization. So with help of the nmap activity or Wireshark, they understand which types of the traffic are visiting from host to server, and which types of the port are open, and which types of the data are communicate, like they are encrypted or not encrypted. So the network penetration testing with help of the different tools or application, attacker or tester understand the which types of the ports are open or not. Physical penetration. That means attacker understand the vulnerable whatever types of the subdomain or IPs and these things. How to inject that application, which types of the malicious code upload in the application, which types of the injections are need to be exploited in the application. They try to understand which vulnerable and loopholes are open in the application. So for the red teaming activity, we discussed then in our methodology, so reconnaissance part and exploitation part and exploit filtration part. So these all are the methodology we use for the red teaming activity. But without tools, it's not possible, because with help of the tools, we can find the IP address, subdomain, and all different types of the information with help of the mentioned tool. This is the Metasploit, Cobalt Strike, Optimize, Exploit Framework, Penetration Testing. With help of, this is the offensive tools. With help of that, we can easily perform our red teaming assessment. And for the reconnaissance, we use the animal, Shodan, Medico, reconnaissance, Spiderfoot. Already discussed that types of the tool is useful for the red teaming activity. And social engineering tool, like social engineering toolkit, phishing platform, and evil genetics, physical penetration testing. I also discussed these all things. So for the physical penetration testing, for the network layer, we use an nmap or the Wireshark, this type, for the understanding of the ports and the traffic of the and packets of the communication between host to server. So what's the best practices for the red teaming activity? So the best practices for the red teaming activity, basically for the organization, what is the important for the security of the whole of the organization. First, if the attacker take any one of the target, for example Flipkart.com, they start to the red teaming activity or the reconnaissance activity. They use the different types of the tools. They use only one target for the findings of the different types of the information, like their like the final contact details, email ID. So the restrictions of the every target, the restriction should be applied on every target. not whenever the attacker try to reconnaissance that target. So the best practice is like it should be blocked. That network should be blocked because they don't have give the access to the reconnaissance activity for the every organization. Because for example, you go through the some of the Flipkart. You try to the iterate or different try to the using different payloads or also the tools for the scanning of the application. They will be blocked your network. You don't have the access again to try to visit that website. I hope because this is also the best practices for the misuse of the application or target. Whenever we try attacker try to the different of the technology to the logic for the using of the visiting the application harm the application, it should be the block that network. Okay, this is also the and use the land technique and platform coverage reconnaissance, Mitra attack framework. Everyone know the Mitra attack to the Mitra attack have to the attack surface area. We can easily understand which types of the vulnerability are easily we can find in our functionality of the application. So in a Mitra with help of the Mitra attack, we can understand how the application is working and which is the vulnerable part, the vulnerable area, or